People tell you it's time to move, it's time to do something. You're like, I don't
Very
wanna.
well supported. It's not like you have to do this all by yourself.
And then one thing leads to
I'm
another.
gonna do this because my partnership means so much.
Hello, Aquarius. Michelle B here. I'm about to give you a reading for your messages for money and love. You know, that's what I like to focus on. Please forgive all the noise in the background. It's the fans running because it is officially summer and we've been in a terrible heat wave in Northwest Washington. Nobody has air conditioners here, so having 100-degree weather for 4 days straight we got to keep fans running. Anyway, enough of that noise. Let's get started with your reading. The main theme that I had come up for this is like, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Don't make me decide. I don't wanna. And that is an issue that you often have, Aquarius, is that people tell you it's time to move. It's time to do something. It's time to shift yourself in some way, because that's what life is all about, right? And especially when we are, so maybe the universe wants you to shift, but it's coming in the form of other people being impatient with you, other people being like, we have to do something about this. We have to change something about this. And you're like, I don't want to. It's too much work. I don't want to. I don't even know how to start. So that's the main theme that we're going to be talking about throughout the whole reading. It's going to be like, you got to make a choice. I don't want to make a choice. You can choose not to make a choice, like the Rush song, right? Free will. You can choose not to decide, but you're still going to have to choose something. And if you choose not to decide, that might mean letting people go, because they need to move on. They need to be adaptable and flexible, right? So we have you here being like, I'm pretty happy with things the way they are. I don't want to change anything. This is good. This is a sweet spot right here. But then the rest of the world is like, no. The universe, God, source, and people are like, you got to shift. You got to move. You've got to flow with life instead of being like fixed air. This is the way it's going to be. I just want to be playing my games. I just want to be meditating. I just want to be sleeping, right? This is all I want to do is just stay right where I'm at. And it's like, no, you got to move. Or you've got to be porous and let people flow through you one way or another. You have to be adaptable to this along. Let's go straight to the money and talk in detail about what's being expected of you, what your messages are. Okay, so let's look into your mind, the way your mind is thinking, like the subconscious thoughts, what's going on in there. You can see that people are expecting something, like something's coming at you really fast. It's like, ugh. There's this guy running toward you and he's got a sword and it's like super fast. You see this like kind of aggressive energy. You're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get out of the way for this freight train that's coming my way. I'm not talking like it's a really bad thing, this thing that's coming toward you. I'm not talking like it's a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing, but you're seeing it as bad because it's different and you don't like that. So here's the Lovers representing the universe whispering to you, hey, you've got a higher purpose. You've got more things to do. You've got more money to make. You've got more abundance to enjoy. You can take the next step. And we know you want to. We know you want it. Everybody wants more. But sometimes we have to get outside of our comfort zone. Sometimes we have to step out of the Garden of Eden into the wilderness that we don't know to try something new in order to experience increased wealth. The spoils of wealth go to the person that's willing to take a little risk. Maybe it's an educated risk. Maybe they've increased their opportunities for luck because of efforts that they've made in research and preparing their skills. But there's still a little bit of risk involved. Excuse me. Queen of Wands, you're being called to tune into the joy of experiencing the novel. And I know you do like novel, new, exciting things. Find some way to stretch outside of your comfort zone. A more entertaining job. I would like to have more wealth, right? I would like to be able to experience things with my wealth, with my greater wealth, shining in the sun and enjoying the pleasures that wealth has to offer. I know I want that. I don't know what to expect, right? And finally, the hangman is coming up in reverse saying, it's time to move. It's time to get going. Time to get off your butt. Hangman in the upright, which is when he's upside down, is saying you should wait. When it's in the reverse, it's like you've been waiting long enough. Whatever it is that you've been doing, maybe it was a safe place for a safe harbor for a little while, but eventually it will change from being a safe harbor to being a prison. And I know you don't like being in prison. I know you don't like being trapped. So get yourself out while you still can, while it's a lot easier. Okay. Interesting. So first we have I sense the freight train coming, and then it's like the freight train's coming, right? And I sense that what it is that's happening is that things aren't, there's like the subconscious I just went through with the black cards. The reality outside of you can see in the near future that changes have to be made. You can see it from the outside. Like you can see things are happening that you have to do something about. And you're like, I really have to do something. It's happening from the outside. The universe is making it happen. Is making you grow and adapt and evolve and change. And that's what brings you to, that ascends you to a higher level. It's just what life is all about. It's about growing and changing. But you are being very well supported. It's not like you have to do this all by yourself. There are other people that are very supportive of you trying to change. I feel like you might have you might have like a clan, like a family or a tribe of people that are like, hey, we'll spot you, we'll back you up if you want to try new things, if you want to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things. You're being supported in that, and it's like it's auspicious. The auguries for trying new ways of getting money by finding new clients, applying for new jobs, applying for a second job, whatever it is that you want to do, getting yourself out there, creating new products in some way. Whatever it is that you're going to do, this is my thumbs up. It's showing that this card, especially backed up by the Ace of Cups, is saying, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. You're going to have an opportunity. But first you have to open yourself to the possibility that it can happen. Instead of protecting yourself and staying in your little hole, if you allow that to come in, like, I am ready to attract new options, it will come in very easily, and then it'll just flow. Right now you're afraid. As we were leading into this reading, you're like, I'm afraid of these new things because I've never experienced it before. But once you open your heart to the possibility, you'll see that it's way easier. These new opportunities are way easier than you thought. Let's go over to love and find out what you need to know about your love. Remember this energy of, I don't wanna. I'm happy with things the way that they are. I like things the way they are. Well, it could be that you have a partner that's like, you're stalling out, man. There's things I want to be doing. You could have a partner that's like that. Like, I need to be doing this and this and this. I want to be doing these other things. They could be wandering off and doing things without you because you're like, I like things the way they are. I just want to be here. I just want to do things. It's okay for you to do things on your own. That's your choice. But you have to let them go do it, right? Let them flow through you. Let them go do what they need to do. So there is some of that going on because, like, here's the partnership, right? Or it could be that other people, if you want to be dating, there are people that are doing fun things, and you're like, I don't even know how to start doing that. Okay, so there's this, like I said, choices, wondering what you should do in order to get to this place. This is where you want to be, but you're like, how do I get to that? I don't even know where to start getting there. It could be there's a little bit of a inferiority complex happening. This is my inferiority complex card. It's saying, like, I don't feel like I'm good enough for these things that this person is doing. They're excited and going out and enjoying life, but I don't feel like I'm good at that kind of thing that they're doing. That's okay. You don't have to be good at everything. But if you do want to be with them, you have to be willing to go step outside of your comfort zone and do it. Ace of Swords came up again. So we have these single swords coming up again and again. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. But I don't want it to happen. It's going to happen. Changes have to happen. So if you're trying to date and you don't know how to connect with people, it's time for you to get outside of your comfort zone and learn new ways of interacting with people. If you haven't already set up your dating profile and you want to get out there, it's time to do it. And that means stepping out of your comfort zone. It's interesting, when I started a dating profile, I got online and I just Googled good examples of a dating profile. And it was like, OkCupid, Bumble, whatever, and it was like, gave these really like exciting, it showed how to do your photography correctly for all your little profile pictures. It showed how to do a good intro. It's like, there's a little bit of research, because there's some skill that goes along with doing this, and learning what your boundaries are and things like that. That's getting out of your comfort zone a lot, but you're being asked to step forward and get it done so that you can enjoy life, because this is what you want. This is what you want. But nobody gets there by staying exactly where they are. We hear all this stuff about being grateful for where we are, and that's true, right? But part of that is being grateful for opportunities to develop, learn, grow, and change. Yeah, and so for those of you who are sharing a home with someone, with a partner, these two came out in reverse. I feel like there's some like everyday maintenance work that needs to be done on the relationship. That means not just getting up whenever you feel like it and zoning out on the Netflix, and like actually going through the work of getting yourself in the mood to be romantic with your sweetheart. If this is what you desire, right? That means having to step up and put in a little bit of effort. And it could be that it's just like you have to push the boulder a little bit, and then once it gets going, right? Like when you're starting to, you're not in the mood after a long day at work, right? And then you get together, you sit down on the couch with your sweetheart, and then you start cuddling. It's like, I just don't want to, but then you start cuddling, and then one thing leads to another, because you've decided to put in the effort, and it brings you closer. But sometimes it takes a little bit of like determination that I'm gonna do this because my partnership means so much to me. I'm willing to put in the effort so that I can be here with my love, right? So you're being called to step out of your comfort zone and make the decision that you're going to grow and change and evolve, or get the hell out of the way. You are welcome to stay exactly where you are, Aquarius, but you should be willing to get out of the way for other people, or it's going to be a struggle for you. This is where I leave off. I love you, Aquarius, and thank you so much for being with me today. In the description box below, you'll find a link to my Instagram, so you can go follow me over there. I post things every day for you. And also, I have a tip jar. So if these readings that I've been providing for you have been really meaningful and they've contributed to your life in a positive way, send me a couple dollars on Venmo or PayPal. It means a lot to me to be able to get some feedback in that positive way. I love you. I'll see you next time.